And it is concluded now in this chapter, the Grey versus Silver fight, and I was expecting something seriously to happen there. I was like, when I saw what was going to happen in this chapter, I was like, really, is like Grey going to have some reverse character development? But I'm glad they turned it around and they managed, give Grey and Silver an actually really decent fight. I mean, from the start of this chapter, we even got a bit, we have Wendy and like Charlotte and also Duran, but it's like what they plan to do and like their part of it. See, like everyone has a role at the moment. They're doing, Wendy's trying to get like the power of all the guilds with Duran, but see, like they can do something about all the faces. We didn't hardly see jack shit though of Natsu in his group this week. We just saw, Juvia's having a little clash with him, saying like, I just like that. It just looks mainly just on Grey and Silver, and he was just like, Silver, this twisted motherfucker, saying like, I want to see your face more twisted. I want to see the fear of humans. It's like, look how proud of your calamity right now. It's like, Silver was just destroying Grey, and he's like, what do you think you can do against me? I'm a fucking Ice Devil Slayer. It's like, what the fuck can you do to me? And it's like, Grey just kept getting up, saying, I have to win. It's like, I have to beat you. And he's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Ice magic don't work on me. And he's like, he still has something left. And it's like, he decides to use Ice Shell. I was like, why is he using this? Like, doesn't like anything that Natsu taught you on Kaluna Island, like, not to mention, like, you've learned from everyone else, like, don't use freaking Ice Shell. And it's like, he's doing it, and it's like, oh, for my family. Like, he's doing it, and like, Silver's trying to stop him, but it's like, he summons a sculpture, and he sees everyone in his mind, like, saying, Natsu telling him, I didn't want you to die, saying like all these people that he's leaving die, he's leaving Juvia behind, and it's like, yo, he's now ready to do fucking Ice Shell. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, Silver stops it, and it seems like he quickly realizes when Silver stops it to actually use another clone and actually find a way to bring him, which was like, he uses another sculpture, he gets a steel ball from like one of the sculptures, and he just decides to make a giant fucking like arm or arm lance thing and just throw that fucking thing right through Silver's chest, so he was able to remember right through the last minute. I mean, I was fine with this fight. Not one of the most intense ones. It kind of ended like pretty quick. I think it was like 2 or 3 chapters. It was like that for, and that was mainly a lot of revelations about him. But it's like still, it was a fine chapter, like fine fight and all that. And it was like, yeah, Grey, he finally learned out that he doesn't have to use the Ice Shell. It's like, because he's noticed as well, saying, do you think I wouldn't notice? It's like, that you're not Deliora. And I was like, what? And it's like, he's his father. And it's like, so, was he lying all this time? Like, was he lying all this time about him being Deliora? Or was he, like, actually able to get his sanity back, and he just was going with it because he's like, oh, I'm a shitty father. I'm, like, the reason your mother died or something like that. Which I'm imagining is, like, it seems from, like, next week's chapter, we are going to be getting an explanation on this. I think it was like called like Silver something. It was like there, and I'm curious about what are we gonna get like between like the truth discovered by like both Silver and Grey. I'm very interested if that's gonna be the entire chapter, because I imagine like most of the chapter is gonna be about that, and then another half is gonna go back probably with the Natsu fight and all them. It's like overall I was fine with the fight. It concluded well. Like it was actually quite enjoyable. I did have some good moments. I think they should have maybe had a little bit more to it, but then at the end of the day, it's like, what could Grey really do? It's like, he specializes in ice magic. He can do nothing, so he had to literally throw a foreign object that isn't ice into her, and he did fuck him up in the end. He put a whole fucking huge chest in his so I thought this was a good chapter. I thought this was a really good one. I give this one like a 7.5 this week. I thought it was good. I'm more interested in the backstory right now about what's going to be happening, but that's all for me. I was thanking them much for watching. As always, remember, I'll see you guys next time. Remember,